did you ever convince her to give us the time?
We go way back. She
Yeah?
trusts me, and she trusts my judgment.
She's certainly one of the most photographed women in the world. And if this princess wears one of our designs, well...
A whirlwind
I'll
of
cash
drama unfolds on Bold and Beautiful this week. At the heart of it all is Liam, who's fighting for his life in the hospital after suffering a dangerous brain bleed. In a touching moment, Liam thanks Steffi for saving him, just as she recalled how he once rescued her from drowning. Despite his dire condition and multiple head traumas, Liam remains determined to return for his daughters, Kelly and Beth, vowing to be there for their daddy-daughter dance even if it means keeping his illness a secret from them. Meanwhile, Deacon stirs up even more controversy. After a violent encounter with Carter, he confesses to Hope, revealing that his intervention was meant to protect her. Though the physical altercation might bring legal repercussions, Deacon defends his actions by emphasizing his care for Hope. Their conversation hints at unresolved feelings and a tangled past, leaving fans wondering how these confessions will impact family dynamics. In another twist, the spotlight shifts to the brewing battle between Brooke and her romantic entanglements. With Nick Marone making a comeback, portrayed by the returning Jack Wagner, Brooke's ambitions to reclaim Ridge from Taylor are heating up. Rumors are swirling about Brooke's daring strategies, from reuniting family members to pushing Hope away, even faking a medical crisis to grab Ridge's attention. With an anticipated Italy trip and high-stakes keyhole stunts on the horizon, Brooke is set to shake things up in her quest to rewrite her destiny. Stay tuned as these interconnected storylines promise more twists and turns on Bold and Beautiful. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates on your favorite soap opera drama. Greetings, dear viewers, and welcome to your channel. Liam worries about his future, and Deacon tells Steffi he owes Steffi his life while he is in the hospital. He would have done the same for her, she sniffs, and he did, in fact, do it when she nearly drowned in the bathtub. Gosh, we've been through so much. They support Kelly and each other no matter what. When Finn gets there, he's astounded to see Liam in bed. Steffi informs him that Liam nearly passed away. He suffered a cerebral hemorrhage. Finn gets in the loop. Finn queries Liam after examining him. He promises Steffi that he'll follow up with Grace Buckingham to find out how things are going. Steffi had been there the entire time, Liam informs Finn. When Grace enters, she adds that it has been touch and go. Liam claims that's doctors speak and that if Steffi hadn't discovered him, he would have died. According to Grace, they are optimistic that he will overcome this provided he stays steady. Liam believes he is fine. Liam is a significant part of their world, and Finn tells Buckingham that he would like to be included. Liam insists that no one is aware of this, Steffi cautions. Finn frowns as Liam adds, especially not Beth and Kelly. Putting Finn aside, Grace says Liam's prior head traumas play a factor in his recuperation, but he is committed to surviving for his two young daughters. Liam informs Steffi across the room that he is adamant about attending Kelly's father-daughter dance. He is told by Steffi that Kelly believes in him, and she agrees. He's not going to give up. Liam has no other option. He is necessary for Beth and Kelly. I need them. He feels exhausted all of a sudden. He requests that Steffi visit the girls so that he can give them a firm embrace. Steffi and Finn go to the door when Grace says Liam needs to sleep. Liam gives Steffi another thank you. The Deacon comes clean. Deacon has a flashback to fighting Carter at Il Giardino. When Hope shows up, he thanks her for stopping by. He tells it what he did and that he wants it to hear it first. There is violence involved. Carter's treatment of her was unacceptable to him. It was inevitable for him. You got into it with Carter? Frowns Hope. Deacon claims that no one, not while he is still living, treats her in that manner. Let's get this straight, Hope says. You got into a physical argument with Carter? According to Deacon, he will be all right. The man played kissy face with the nose after running out of him. When Steffi dismissed her again, he didn't defend her or protest. What sort of man would let the lady he claims to love go through that? Hope is grateful that her father had the right intentions, but Carter may file charges and send her father back to prison. Deacon tells her that won't occur. He claims that after hearing Carter's justifications, he understood what a wonderful man Liam was. After resolving a restaurant issue, Deacon rejoins Hope, who wishes he had not interfered in her affairs. He doesn't want Carter to bring his new squeeze in there, so he wants him as far away as possible. Hope doesn't believe he would intentionally harm her. Deacon reminds her that after her marriage to Liam ended, her life began to spiral out of control. Though he's aware that it wasn't all sunshine and flowers, Steffi and Finn are now blissfully married. Deacon believes that he and Liam have a trait in that they are both loyal to their daughters. Hope concurs that he is an amazing man. He is fortunate to be in her and Beth's lives. Deacon is aware of her continued affections for Liam. Hope only wishes the outcome had been different. I really hurt him. Deacon believes he would still support her. Hope hasn't been in touch with him recently. She couldn't fathom living without him. Carter isn't prepared. Carter is told by Daphne in Forrester's design office that he must let go of Hope. He only needs to grasp the entire future that lies ahead of him. Carter almost gives her a kiss, but quickly retracts his lips. "Whenever you're ready," she replies before leaving. Carter examines Daphne's press release while seated. He considers signing the LLC documents and thinking about Hope. "Doc, tell me the truth." Liam tells Grace at the hospital that since they are alone now, she can be honest with him. "How do I actually feel?" He needs her to let him know if he won't make it or if he will become crippled. "It's still early," she says. She can't tell him that until they have done a complete evaluation. Although waiting is difficult, they are hopeful for a full recovery. With a head injury this serious, they can't promise it, but his team is excellent. Liam is appreciative of her, Steffi, Finn, and the squad for supporting him. If they knew, she's certain he would have others as well. According to Liam, his responsibility is to shield his family from such situations. "So, I'm keeping this to myself." Finn and Steffi discuss Bill and Liam fighting at the Cliff House and how she found him outside the door. She reminds him that he is not allowed to speak to anyone. After being dropped off, Kelly gives her mother a hug and inquires, "Is Daddy with you? Something came up," Steffi informs her. Kelly says it's all right, but she wanted to discuss the father-daughter dance with him. "He'll be able to attend, correct?" Steffi informs her of her father's devotion for her. If he could, he would do everything for her and her sister. Kelly was certain her father would show up. As she and Finn exchange worried glances, Steffi embraces her daughter and says, "Daddy will always be there for me." We knew there had to be a link when Sheila decided she'd had enough of Steffi on the same day Finn's wife saved her ex-husband's life. Bold and beautiful shocker. Liam's health crisis will play right into Sheila's diabolical hands on Bold and Beautiful. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Read on to learn how Sheila's intentions to address her Steffi issue may be directly impacted by Liam's health problems. Sheila was across town telling her new granddaughter, Luna, that she could no longer let Finn's wife meddle with their growing family as Steffi sat at Liam's hospital bedside, telling him how near he came to death. It's a terrifying declaration from the purportedly reformed psychopath, and it makes it obvious that she will be searching for a way to deal with her daughter-in-law. Steffi insisted on contacting Finn to the intensive care unit to update him soon after, despite the fact that she was extremely upset by Liam's near-death experience and didn't reply to his texts during the emergency. Sheila had the chance to sour relations between her son and his wife by implying that Steffi is more faithful to her ex, but it didn't work out since Steffi chose Finn over Liam, who had requested her not to tell anyone he was in the hospital. However, that does not exclude her from using this to her advantage in the future. Liam has now experienced numerous head injuries and concussions. It is likely that he will require close monitoring and that his recuperation will be difficult. This situation could fall into Sheila's evil hands in a few different ways. Liam may need to enter a facility outside of Los Angeles, which is the first possibility. Naturally, Steffi would offer to accompany him and assist him in settling in, and Finn would surely have no objections. However, what if she doesn't return home? Sheila and Luna will have an opportunity to speak with the distraught doctor if she stops Steffi on her way back to Los Angeles from the facility and makes her vanish. Finn will believe that his wife stayed with Liam. The second scenario is that Liam will go to the Cliff home to be with Finn and Steffi while he heals, which would allow Sheila to trick her son into thinking Steffi and Liam are having an affair while he's at work. She will gather the children and travel abroad to recover after Finn accuses his wife of adultery. Jack Wagner of The Bold and the Beautiful returns as Nick Marone. Brooke's former flame gets big story according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, BNB. Brooke Logan's Catherine Kelly Lang, former flame, is making a reappearance as Nick Marone. This is indeed good news, as Deadline claims that Wagner is filming a new plot arc. Wagner's first air date will be on June 13th because he reported to set on April 10th. Nick's tenure will begin with a fantastic episode that will undoubtedly have a significant effect on Brooke. Brooke has been hoping that she will eventually get to see Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., again. Given that Ridge and Brooke are frequently depicted as the destiny pair who always end up together, it makes sense that Brooke would want to preserve the ideal. But in the upcoming weeks, Brooke will be forced to reflect and consider whether or not Ridge is indeed her destiny. As Brooke's hope of a reunion begins to wane, she will begin to wonder what her true future holds. Nick's unexpected homecoming will create new opportunities for Brooke as she copes with heartbreak and comes to terms with the possibility that her relationship may be permanently destroyed. Brooke and Nick will reunite at the ideal moment because Nick is her ex. Nick will come back into the scene to provide Brooke the support she needs just when it looks like there is no hope left. Nick and Brooke will easily settle into a routine, allowing their connection to blossom once more and preparing Brooke for a fresh start. Brooke may even begin to question whether Nick, rather than Ridge, is her fate. Nick's return is a pleasant change after so many iterations of the Brooke, Ridge, and Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig love triangle. When the program can change things up, it's always good, especially if it means reintroducing a fan favorite. Before leaving the role in 2012, Jack Wagner, who formerly portrayed Frisco Jones on General Hospital, made his BNB debut in 2003 as Nick Marone. Wagner returned for a full narrative this time, despite his brief presence in the 2022 35th anniversary episode. Of course, we all know how the show operates by now, so there's a good chance Brooke and Ridge will still get back together in the end. That said, Nick should provide a fun detour romance and give Brooke a different direction to go in, at least for a while. We'll be sure to pass along updates as more details emerge on Jack Wagner's return stint as Nick Marone. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Brooke may make some sad predictions about her love life in the coming episodes, but then Nick will come along to sweep her off her feet once more. The Bold and the Beautiful Thursday, April 10th recap. Steffi hides Liam truth from Kelly. Hope flips over Deacon's move. The Bold and the Beautiful, BNB, recap for Thursday, April 10th, reveals that Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, hid the Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, truth from Kelly Spencer, Sophia Paras, while Hope Logan, Annika Noel, flipped over Deacon Sharp's, Sean Cannon move. Here's how it all went down on Thursday's BNB episode. At Il Giardino, Deacon confessed to launching a physical altercation with Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, so Hope became alarmed over the possibility of Carter pressing charges and sending her dad back to jail. After Deacon reassured Hope, talk turned to what a great guy Liam was and her lingering feelings for him. Hope acknowledged that she wished things had turned out differently and insisted she couldn't imagine her life without Liam. At Forrester Creations, Carter pulled away from Daphne Rose's, Muriel Hilaire, attempt to kiss him, so she suggested she'd be there when he was ready and sauntered out. That left Carter to think back on happier times with Hope when they supported each other. At the hospital, Steffi thought back to when Liam saved her from almost drowning in a bathtub and was glad to return the favor. When Dr. John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, arrived in the ICU, he found out about Liam's brain bleed and examined him. Finn also got updates from Dr. Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, and learned that Steffi saved Liam's life. Since Liam was an important part of his family's world, Finn wanted to be kept in the loop on all his health news. Liam's previous head injuries could be a factor, but so was his determination now. Although Grace couldn't make firm predictions, she remained hopeful about Liam's recovery. As for Liam, he was adamant about keeping this medical crisis a secret, especially when it came to Kelly and Beth Spencer, Jordan Grace. That's why Steffi covered up the real story when she returned home with Finn. Kelly found out something came up, so she couldn't go to the rock climbing gym with her parents as planned. That was okay with Kelly, but she was bummed over not being able to talk to Liam about the daddy-daughter dance. Kelly was hopeful about Liam attending it, so Steffi suggested that Liam loved her and would always do everything he could for his girls. After Kelly assumed that meant Liam would come, she said Daddy would always be there for her. Steffi embraced Kelly and shared a worried look with Finn as he stood nearby. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Liam's secret may leak sooner than he planned, so stay tuned for any drama that might erupt as a result. CDL's where you want to be for thrilling, bold, and the beautiful spoilers, updates, and news, so stop by often for more BNB info. Bold and the beautiful. Brooke steals Ridge from Taylor. Here's how. Bold and the beautiful fans, as you know, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, is still determined to snatch Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., away from Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig. And if she's clever, I think she can make it happen. We're going to talk about just how Brooke could get her dusty destiny back. We all know that Brooke is not going to walk away and let Taylor keep her man. She is desperate to get Ridge back, although for the life of me, I don't see why she wants him. But hey, Brooke should run the other way while she can. But of course she won't. Instead, she keeps working to convince Ridge to drop Taylor and come back to her. Brooke's purple bra ploy fails. Bold and the beautiful spoilers. But when Brooke tries a purple bra and panty plot this week to show off her hot body to Ridge, we're going to see Taylor catching Brooke and her sexy lingerie instead of Ridge. Taylor's going to explode, and I'm sure Ridge will get an earful about Brooke's desperate antics. So although the panty ploy fails, we have got some other excellent ideas for Brooke on how she can sideline Taylor and get her claws back in Ridge. Strategy 1. Reuniting Ridge with Thomas and Douglas. So number 1, the first thing Brooke can do is to make a huge gesture to make Ridge happy. Imagine how thrilled he would be if Brooke convinced Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, to move back from Paris and bring Douglas Forrester, Henry Joseph Samory, with him. That might win Brooke some serious points with Ridge, first because he misses Thomas and Douglas a lot and he blames Hope Logan, Annika Noel, for them leaving. But it could also show Brooke is making an effort to accept Thomas. It's no secret that Brooke hated Thomas because he loved Hope, was fixated on her, and you know, Thomas couldn't stand Brooke either. However, Thomas is a completely different person now, and Ridge has been trying to make Brooke see that for quite a while. So, if she can get Thomas to come home to LA to stay, I'm sure Ridge would be very impressed with Brooke, and that could get her foot back in the door with Ridge. Strategy 2. Kicking Hope out. A bold move to impress Ridge. The second thing Brooke could do to show Ridge she hears him about his issues with Hope is to go ahead and just kick her daughter out of the cabin and off her property, at least for a while. Now, I'm not saying that that's like the most motherly thing to do. I'm just talking about how Brooke could win back Ridge. That would be huge. That would show Ridge that Brooke hears him about Hope not taking accountability for her actions. Ridge isn't wrong when he says that Hope doesn't think that she did anything wrong stealing the company. That's true. And if Brooke stops defending her, that would make a big impression on Ridge, whether you agree it's right or wrong. I'm just saying this is a strategy one think would work. And let's be real, no matter what Brooke does or says, Hope is going to think her mom betrayed her. Bold and the beautiful. Hope heads out? So Brooke can go ahead and just do this right. Plus, she realizes Hope already has one foot out the door because Daddy Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon, offered Hope to move into the apartments. And if Brooke went to Ridge and said, I did what you wanted, I kicked Hope out, please come home. You know, it might actually make a dent. Of course, Hope might beat Brooke to the punch and move out to be with Deacon first, but even so, Brooke could spin the narrative and make it seem to Ridge like it was her idea for Hope to move out and not the other way around. Strategy 3. Brooke's olive branch to Steffi. Can she save Steffi from Luna and Sheila? All right, our third idea is for Brooke to demonstrate that she doesn't dislike any of Ridge's kids. As I mentioned, bringing back Thomas would be a big thing, but there's also the very contentious Brooke versus Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood thing. Brooke keeps trying to blame Steffi for Hope engaging in the coup. If Brooke just stopped doing that, stopped saying it, and then did something to show that she loves Steffi, I think that would impress Ridge, and bear in mind she raised her for years. That was her stepdaughter. You know, we already know from chats this week that Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, and Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, Both see Steffi as a big obstacle to their happiness because she's the one keeping those two away from Finn, Tanner Novlin. Bold and the beautiful. Steffi targeted? Even if Luna and Sheila are careful and stay within the law, they could still target Steffi and irritate her and try and drive her up the wall, and Sheila vowed she and Luna will have Finn back in their lives, so they may target Steffi in little ways or in a big dangerous way because they're crazy. If Brooke found out and she came to Steffi's rescue and exposed Sheila and Luna, that would be huge. Brooke knows Steffi is extremely important to Ridge, and her saving his daughter might have Ridge soften his heart and warm back up to Brooke. Strategy 4. The dodgy medical crisis. Faking illness for Ridge's attention. Alright, number 4. This idea, I will grant you it's pretty dodgy, but it has been done before on Bold and the Beautiful, and more than once. Brooke could fake a medical crisis. Over the years, she has engaged in some sketchy schemes, but it's been a minute since she really played dirty. Maybe it's time for her to try again to get Taylor. We could see Brooke pulling a page from Bill Spencer's Don Diamont playbook or Sally's. Remember, Bill tricked Thomas into staying with Carolyn by helping her fake an illness, and Sally faked an illness to keep Wyatt Spencer, Darren Brooks. So Brooke could do the same. She could fake a health crisis, a cancer scare, a heart attack, give Taylor and her broken heart a run for her money. If Ridge thinks Brooke might die, it could make him realize he still loves her and he can't live without her. And, of course, this is risky because if Ridge found out Brooke was faking, she might lose any chance of ever getting with Ridge. Strategy 5. Italy trip keyhole stunt. Destiny or desperation. The fifth and final idea I have for Brooke to rekindle her destiny is to take advantage of the upcoming trip to Italy and pull that keyhole stunt again on Ridge. Per official spoilers, Bold and the Beautiful was recently scouting locations in Italy, and they've got an upcoming shoot. Now, when they did the keyhole thing before, we were supposed to believe that it wasn't contrived at all, but a lot of people thought that Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, was getting rid there at the exact right moment and that it was all a setup. This time it literally could be a setup, whether last time was or not. I could see Brooke using the opportunity to convince Ridge their destiny is the real deal and they're fated to be together. This Italy trip could include a show of Brooke's bedroom lingerie line, so she's along and Ridge is along and Steffi's along. Big family trip. Even if Taylor comes along to keep an eye on Brooke. She could find a way to get Ridge back over to that Aventine keyhole to set him up to peep at her again. I'm sure Donna Logan, Jennifer Garais, or Katie Logan, Heather Tom, would help her pull off a desperate stunt to convince Ridge to choose her again. And I will say this, I have a sneaking suspicion that in the long run Brooke is going to get Ridge back, but for right now he's all tucked in with Taylor and Brooke's going to try and do something about it. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.